going to look at a stretchy bind off right now today. Stretchy bind offs can be really useful because it means that it prevents the edge of your work from being constricted. So it can be good for top down knitting along the edge, or if you're doing toe up socks and you don't want the top bind off edge of your socks to be too tight. What this does is it introduces a reverse yarn over between each of the bind offs, and so when you're then binding off, you're lifting that yarn over with the stitch. The reason you're doing a reverse yarn over is because it uses less yarn. So normally with the yarn over, just say if you're going to do a yarn over, you would wrap the yarn as though you were going to knit around the needle. Reverse one, all you're doing is you bring it the other way. So to begin the work, you start doing a reverse yarn over in the front. But what that really means is you leave the yarn towards you and you knit this first stitch. And so you can see that automatically creates a loop. So all you're doing is putting the yarn in the wrong side of the work, knitting or purling that first stitch, and then that'll automatically create a yarn over. And then we'll just lift that first yarn over the first stitch, and that's going to automatically add a little bit of extra yarn at the very beginning. So now again, we're going to bring the yarn to the front to create our reverse yarn over again for the next stitch, knit the next stitch, which once again creates that extra loop. And you can see how what we're doing here, you can achieve the same thing by physically stretching the stitches between the yarn before you do the next one. But by introducing this reverse yarn over, it makes it more consistent. It means that you've always got a little bit extra yarn when you're going to go do the stitch. So this time we're going to put our needle into both that yarn over and the first stitch on the needle and lift them both over. Bring the yarn in front, knit the next stitch, take the left needle, grab both of those, lift them over. Hang on, I've snagged one here. Sometimes you can get yarn snags. Bring the yarn in front, knit the next one, bring the two of these over, bring the yarn in front, the next one, lift the two of these over. Do one more here and I'll show you then what it looks like as you're working it. Here we go. You can see that you're getting quite a lot of stretch along the top here. So you have to be very careful where you use this, and you want to make sure it is somewhere you really do want that extra room. So use it with caution because it does add a lot of extra yarn along the edge here. But if you're an extra tight knitter and you have a terrible time keeping your bind off loose enough, then this is a really useful technique to include.